The Guyana Revenue Authority have recognized that there are many individuals who are still uncertain of the documents that must be submitted when making an application for a Taxpayer Identification Number, commonly called TIN. Join me this week on Talk Tax as we tell you of the importance of having a Taxpayer Identification Number and examine the documents that must be submitted when applying for a TIN. You may be wondering why having a tax identification number is important. Well, it's important because it allows persons to transact business with various organizations, including government departments, a public authority including GRA, a local authority, a public corporation, or any other law or other state agency, and the central bank. However, according to Section 60A5 of the Income Tax Act, Chapter 80101, the following persons are exempt from applying for a taxpayer identification number: any person under the age of 15 years, temporary residents in Guyana not in receipt of income where the total period of residence in Guyana does not exceed 183 days in the year, a person who satisfies the Revenue Authority that he is not in receipt of income or not required to furnish a return of income under this section, any person specified in Section 13 that receives emolument. Here, the law is specifically referring to emoluments payable to the President, the Chancellor, the Chief Justice, members of the Permanent Consular Services of foreign countries who render services to Guyana in their official capacity, personnel of any government other than the government of Guyana, individuals employed in Guyana under the British Expatriate Supplementation Scheme, and individuals that are part of an incentive scheme which is approved by the Minister. The Guyana Revenue Authority issues taxpayer identification numbers to individuals, partnerships, and companies. An individual applying for a taxpayer identification number must submit the following: a completed application form, and this form is available on the GRA's website, a photocopy of the biodata page of the applicant's passport or a copy of their national identification card, power of attorney, and a copy of that individual's passport or national identification card if acting on behalf of another individual. Proof of address, which can be in the form of a utility bill, bank statement, or any mail received via post. It should be noted that if the proof of address is not in the applicant's name, the person in whose name the address is written must submit or provide the applicant with a copy of a valid form of identification and a completed testimony form. The testimony form establishes the relationship between the applicant and the person permitting the use of their proof of address. It is also available on the GRA's website or at any of the GRA's offices. The Guyana Revenue Authority takes this opportunity to encourage taxpayers to sign up for an e-services account. Having an e-services account will make it easier for taxpayers to honor their obligations through the facilitation of online submission, the provision of real-time update on tax position, and the provision of timely notifications on deadlines. To create an e-services account, a taxpayer will be required to submit a scanned copy of one of the following proofs of identification via our e-services platform: a valid national identification card, or the biodata page of a valid passport, or a valid driver's license. Also, they must have a tax identification number and an active email address. For more information, feel free to contact the Guyana Revenue Authority's Tax Advisory Services section on telephone number 227-6060 extension 8000. You can also email them at taxadvisory@gra.gov.ui. See you on the next Talk Tax.